guys, Sophia here for my great challenge. Welcome back to my channel. It's day 11 in my Vlogtober series. It's Wednesday, Matash Wednesday. You guys, it's about to get real hectic in the house tonight. I have 2 meals to make. I have dinner and I have breakfast for my team tomorrow. So I'm gonna start with making dinner because that's taking a little bit longer. And while everything is cooking, basically I'll start doing some fly lady. I have to do the whole corner on the other side that you saw in the last video. This is my hot spot, you know, I really gotta tackle it. So for dinner tonight I'm gonna make some lentil with like a lentil stew with some sausage, and then for the breakfast at work tomorrow I'm making a frittata. So let me get started. I'm starting with lentil. This is a blend of lentil that I got. It's basically, they call it the harvest blend. It's got red lentil, French lentil, green lentil, black lentil, gold lentil. So I'm just putting them in water to wash them. You see how the water changes color? Okay, so I'm just gonna leave them like that until I'm ready to cook them. So in the meantime, I'm going to chop some onions. I'm using the cast iron pot tonight. I much prefer to use that for lentils or any kind of, you know, big stew like this. Alright, so olive oil, two bay leaves. This is all spices. I don't know if you can see it right here. Allspice. Black peppercorn, turmeric, a little bit of salt, and this is curly parsley. Just have to wash my lentils. So over here I'm just waiting for my onions to get translucent. And once they are, I'm just going to add baby carrots. I have some cherry tomatoes left. I'm just going to cut them in the length and add them to my pot. Yeah, that's it. These are sweet Italian sausage. I'm going to chop them up, cut them in little slices, and add them to my pot. These are great, it's got fennel in them, so the flavor right now and the aroma is amazing. Okay, so now that my sausage is cooked, I'm just going to go ahead and add the lentil. And water. Okay, so for now I'm only adding that much water. I may add a little bit more water at a later time. Right now I just want a good stock. to be created, and then I'll add a little bit water, because remember the lentils are going to soak up a lot of water and it's going to require more. So I'm just going to lower to a medium heat. Cover, and I'll come back in about 30 minutes to check my level, see if I need to add water or not. So you guys, technically for me at this point dinner is made. It took less than 30 minutes to put together. It's pretty easy to do, and tell you what, it's actually very good. And this leftover from this, we're probably gonna eat the leftovers tomorrow night, or I'll take some for lunch. So what I want to do is tackle this, because this is part of Fly Lady. This week we are in zone 2, that's the kitchen, and the kitchen for me is also the area where I work, so there's always a hot spot in there. The rest of the cupboards are good, the fridge is good, I cleaned it over the weekend. There's really nothing much that needs to be done in the kitchen this month, except that I have to clean the fan, I did the windows already, the glass panels, that did that Sunday morning, I think. I can't remember, Saturday morning, I can't remember. But they were done this weekend. But I do need to do the woodwork on the windows, because I didn't do that. The fan, that's really, really gross. I didn't do it in 2 months. But the biggest part is that corner over there. I really gotta clear this out. Okay, so what kind of nonsense do I have here? This is where I keep all the bills. Basically, all the bills. So this is where I edit. This is where I do the billing. This is basically the mom central. Is that a word? I don't know. So let me go through this. This is relocate to the living room. This is relocate to my bathroom. This goes in my purse. And these are old paperwork that I was supposed to look at, that I did look at. A lot of them were repeats. So I have this little basket here, I'm decluttering, and this. So you see 15 minutes declutter. This is my area. Listen, I work here. It's not going to change. It is what it is. Alright, I still need to paint over there. But that's basically my laptop, my big calendar, and then the stuff I'm working on here is pretty much bills that I need to pay, and then there's envelopes from stuff that you guys sent me and cards, and I need to respond to them, so I keep them in there, so that way these still need to be processed. Because sometimes you just gotta know your house, right? And you have to know what works and what doesn't work for you. I've tried to work in every other area of this house, whether it's the office, my bedroom, the basement, the dining room, and the kitchen. And quite frankly, this is the place that makes the most sense for me, because this is where I'm cooking. So when things are cooking, I can keep an eye and an ear on it while I'm doing editing or my notes for work. So yeah, it may not be the most glamorous spot. It may not be the best looking spot. Could I possibly change it to something a little bit better looking? Yeah, probably, but you know what, for now it's functional, it works, and I'm leaving it at that. So I still decluttered quite a lot, considering. So I'm going to move that stuff out of here, and I'm going to check on my lentil. Okay, so how are we doing in there? Yum, yum. Okay, so you see how the lentils have already taken a lot of the water, but not enough. Okay, so I'm just going to keep them in there. I'm not adding any water yet. Again, I'm creating a stock here. So let's close it, and it's going to keep cooking. Hey, I'm not going to lie, I haven't done the fan in quite some time, so I'm going to do it now. Because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget, and we're going to go yet one more month without the fan being done. Okay, inspection. 2 months. This is 2 months worth of dust on my fan. But it's done. Okay, I'm not gonna do the woodwork. I don't have time. I've spent more than 15 minutes, and again, no more than 15 minutes in your zone. So what I'm going to do now is start cutting my vegetables for the frittata. So this is the story, okay? We have a vocational educational staff who is leaving the agency, well, not the agency, she's leaving our team to go to another team that's closer to home. Does it make sense? Okay. So she's leaving and we're doing a breakfast. Now, whenever there's an event, we do something for a staff, or we do a team building event or something, I make a frittata because they all love it. I go home with an empty dish. So I got summoned again to make a frittata. Usually what I do is that I'll make it early in the morning. I'll get up at like some crazy hour and I would make it and bake it and bring it over to the office, and it's still hot by the time I get there. Not super hot, but it's still nice and warm. So I told them, listen guys, I don't feel like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. You're gonna be okay putting it in a microwave to heat it up? And they're like, yeah, sure, don't worry, don't, just bring the frittata. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make another frittata. So for those of you who don't know, a frittata is basically an omelette you bake in the oven. So that's that. So yeah, and I'm very sad she's leaving. She was really a nice girl. So it's our loss and somebody else's gain. Isn't it always like that when a good coworker lives? So there's nothing else going on. You know, I mean, life, I'm sure for those of you who work, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, you come home, you clean, you cook, you clean, you go to bed. You go to work, you come home, you clean, you cook, you clean, you go to bed. And it's like that pretty much the entire week. So I don't know how the weekly videos are gonna be all that interesting for you guys, because really that's my routine. And thank goodness I don't have to write any notes tonight, because I did that before I left. I didn't have a lot of patience today. So that's good, but otherwise I would have to do everything I'm doing right now plus the writing of the notes, but you've seen me, you know, complain about that. So this is still cooking. It smells delicious. I'm going to now, it's 7:07. We eat around 8:15. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water because I know that the lentil is going to keep expanding, and I don't want the bottom to burn, right? Because it's going to be dehydrated, I guess. And then I'll start chopping my vegetables. So the frittata, basically it's onion, leeks, mushroom, orange, bell pepper, salt and pepper, nutmeg, and chopped parsley. Then you add the eggs, some Jasberg cheese or Swiss cheese in it, and you throw it in the oven. So I'm just gonna do a fast motion on that so you get to see what I'm doing, and then I'll see you when I'm ready to cook it. Okay, so these are all the ingredients you need for frittata. Onion, parsley, mushroom, leeks, and orange bell pepper. All of this needs to be sauteed in one pot. Let me start with the oven. Bake 375. And over here, I'm letting the lentils vent a little bit. Okay, turn the heat up. I put it on the smaller flame. Okay, and on this side here, I have the copper chef, olive oil, salt, peppercorn. I'm gonna add a little bit of cumin. A little bit of nutmeg. A little bit of garlic powder. And all I'm doing really is cook all the vegetables I just diced. And I'm gonna cook them all the way through. I'm gonna wash this on the countertop, and I'll come back when this is all cooked and I can set it to the side. Okay, I have 16 eggs. I'm just gonna add a little bit of milk. This is full milk. And I'm just going to beat them. I'm adding a little bit more peppercorn and just a little bit of salt, not too much, because I have enough in the vegetables. But every time you add an ingredient, you're supposed to add salt and pepper. Now I have some Swiss cheese that's left over, and I'm just going to grate all of my Swiss cheese and add it to my egg. So this is one of my big Corningware casserole dish, and I'm just basically putting butter all inside my dish. And if you want to, you can just put some olive oil too. Okay, just gonna pour my vegetables in it. You want to let your vegetables cool down a little bit, because if they're too hot, they're gonna cook the eggs and sear the eggs as soon as you put them over them. But you see how it reduced in size and volume? Now all you do is pour your eggs over it. Mix it a little bit. Got a little bit of cheese left, so I'm just going to put that on top. and that's it in the oven. And that's going to cook at 375 for about 35 minutes. You'll know when it's done, because at some point it's going to rise on the side and make a big dent in the middle, and then when that big dent joins the rest, that's it, it's done. So I'm just closing that and I'm done. So guess what? It's 7:45. I have this here that's still cooking. Somewhere along the line I added a little bit of water, and now I'm trying to reduce it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is add 1 cube, and that's gonna be a chicken cube. And that's only here for a flavor boost, that's it. So I'm leaving it like this, uncovered, because I want most of the water to reduce. Okay, and that's gonna be done in about 30 minutes. Right there on the entrance to the kitchen, I have a little pail, and in it I put all of my dirty rag and kitchen towels. And when that's full, you see, I gotta do it and pick them up. If there's food on them, I gotta grab them and put them downstairs. But if there's no food, he won't touch them. If there's food, he'll attack the towel and chew on it. So this is where I keep all of my stuff that needs to go. So when it's full, which is pretty much now, I'll just take that pail downstairs, have all of the stuff in the machine, and just like you saw me in the last video, I'll just bring it back up and start folding everything. And that's how I keep those separated from the rest of the laundry. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that we all create our own system and our own habits based on the way the household works, right? Not one size fits all. So if this system of keeping your rags and your kitchen towels in a little bin like this in the kitchen is not for you, then don't use it. Don't feel obligated to do a method or a way of cleaning just because you saw it somewhere and it worked for them. It doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. There's a lot of things that I've tried over the years. Here comes the cat. Come here, Fiona. There's a lot of things I've tried over the years, and trust me, a lot of them just did not work for me. No, you're not going out, Missy, because you went to sleep in the neighbor's house the other day and you slept on their bed and they sent us pictures like you abandoned us. Yes, she actually did that. We got a call in the morning, by the way, your cat slept on our bed last night, so yeah, she did that. Traitor. Try different things. Not everything is gonna work, okay? You have to try different things. And when something works and it sticks, then keep using it. That bin right there, it's been working out for me. It's just the way it is. And the routine that you see and the time at which you eat, that's just basically what's worked the best for us. I've tried to eat earlier, it just doesn't work out. I tried to feed Willie before karate and then he's just not having it. It's just, he's starving by the time he comes back. So we gotta eat after karate, which is definitely after 7:30. Willie's still in a shower right now. It's 10 to 8, so once he's done, he's gonna set up the table. Edward is still doing homework. Dinner is still cooking. The frittata is starting to rise, and the kitchen is back to 0. I'm glad I was able to do this little corner over here. Don't mind the spot without the paint. Obviously I have way too much on my plate for me to worry about little details like that. So that's it for me. I'm going to close this video at that. I will insert shots of the frittata when it's done and shots of at dinner when it's done. I'm going to serve it in a bowl, and then I will bid you good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm probably going to have a product review because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to show you. Oh, I'll do the one with the giveaway. That's right, I got a giveaway for you guys and you may actually like it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe right here in the corner, and I'll see you later. Thanks, bye. So here's the frittata. Just got it out of the oven, and I'm just gonna cover it with aluminum foil, and that is breakfast for my team tomorrow. Yum, yum. And this is just my dinner. I'm having a salad and my lentil. Wish it would be in focus, but anyway. So here's the lentil. It's just a lentil soup basically with some sausage and then a salad. And that's what we're having for dinner tonight.